I spent a weekend traveling with the Galaxy S26 Ultra's privacy display. What you should know. The Galaxy S26 series as a whole isn't anything all that groundbreaking, but if there's one feature that should have your attention, it's the privacy display on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This feature is rightfully the standout addition to this year's lineup, and after spending a busy couple of days in exactly the situation where privacy display is the most useful, there are a few things I think you should probably know. This issue of 9 to 5 Google Weekender is a part of 9 to 5 Google's rebooted newsletter that highlights the biggest Google stories with added commentary and other tidbits. Sign up here to get it delivered to your inbox early. To quickly recap, the privacy display on the Galaxy S26 Ultra is a new display tech that at the flip of a switch hides your display's contents to anyone around you. It does this in very simplified terms by employing a shield gate around half of the pixels on your screen and focusing the light output straight ahead. So when privacy display is activated, you end up with a display that's not nearly as visible from the sides. It's a brilliant idea, and one that I was enamored with in early impressions. But as I suspected, there are some aspects of the privacy display that can really only show themselves in real-world usage. And oh boy, have I given it quite the test. Setting up the Galaxy S26 Ultra, I've basically been on planes, trains, and everything in between all weekend. Admittedly, I'm using the term weekend lightly here, but after cross-country and cross-Atlantic flights back-to-back, what even is time anyway? I think there are three main things I've figured out about the privacy display on using it for the past couple of days. This starts with the question I've seen thrown around more than any other: does it impact the display? While privacy display is turned off, the answer is a little bit complicated. In normal day-to-day use, I'd say mostly no. The mere presence of the hardware changes needed for privacy display has no impact the screen's brightness, clarity, or overall quality. The only hiccup I've seen is that there are a couple of degrees of viewing angles that look a little off. It's a very minor thing, but the display's viewing angles are slightly affected. Next up, there's the actual performance. The privacy part of the privacy display doesn't always work as well as I'd hoped it would. In real world use, the display tends to be a bit more visible in most scenarios than you'd expect. It all depends on what's around you. In a bright area, like outdoors, or in a place with loads of natural light, the privacy display works at its best. A slight shift leads to the contents of your display vanishing. But by comparison, the effect doesn't work nearly as well in dimmer environments. Places like a dark airplane or even just my house in normal lighting took away from the display's ability to shield itself. I had a feeling this might be the case, but I am sad to see just how much of a problem it can be. That's especially a shame when one of Samsung's primary pitches here is around using this on the subway. It'll work well enough there since a lot of subways tend to be fairly well lit, but it's definitely not going to be as drastic of a difference as you see in broad daylight. And that brings me to the last concern. Maximum protection is built for exactly that sort of situation, but it comes with a hefty trade-off. When activated, this mode really washes out the display. Trees a grayed out look to everything, and colors don't have near as much punch. It's as if you're looking out of the window on a foggy day. The good news, the privacy display works really well here in basically all conditions. Contents vanish at an angle, even in a darker environment. It's just a really big hit to the overall usability while that mode is on, combined with the inherent resolution hit that comes from effectively turning off half of the pixels, and the screen just looks a lot worse when this feature is set to its highest level. That said, that's kind of the point, isn't it? Samsung built privacy display not as a way to constantly keep your screen hidden, but to give you the option to do so. If you were to buy one of those privacy screen protectors for this device, you'd end up with a darker screen all of the time, whereas the Galaxy S26 Ultra gives you control over when it shows and how strong it is. I stand by my original comments on the privacy display. This is easily the best new smartphone hardware feature we've seen in years, but after a few days of use, it's not quite the home run I thought it would be. What do you think? Do you want a phone with a privacy display? The Galaxy S26 series is available for pre-order now, with Samsung's usual pre-order perks in full swing. You'll find boosted trading values and more available now through March 11th, when these phones are available on store shelves. You'll also get an additional 30 credit if you buy using our links below. More from the Galaxy S26 launch. While privacy display was the big feature, Samsung's Galaxy S26 series arrived this week, with a few other things to talk about, including several new software features, a lack of Qi2 Boo, and more. Here are a few highlights Android 17 Beta 2. Google released Android 17 second beta this week, bringing with it quite a few major changes not present in the first iteration. Here's what you should know. 9to5 Mac. The 1Password price hike discourse is overblown. 9to5 Toys Pokemon Day 2026. Pokemon Winds and Waves revealed for Switch 2 GameCube release, and more. Electric Tesla launches Model Y 7-seater in Europe for $2,500. Follow Ben Twitter X Threads Bluesky and Instagram FTC. We use income earning auto affiliate links. More.